of Premier League football, and two very big ones still to come. Don't forget, of course, earlier on it was 2-2 in the Merseyside derby. That quite literally does not tell the story of events at Goodison Park. 3-3 at Southampton. City Arsenal's next, and Manchester United Newcastle rounds off the day. So Everton still leading the way, still unbeaten on 13 points. Liverpool in second. Chelsea missing the opportunity to go into double figures. They are in sixth on 8 points. Well, you can't write Southampton off, and that will be a source of great frustration to Chelsea and Frank Lampard. Just the 10 goals so far today. 3-3 at Stamford Bridge. Southampton, we said at half-time, would have to score next. They did, but again, Chelsea's deficiencies came to light.
Yeah, I think when you look at the play, this is like a Jorginho pass, but I think it's what happens from here. First mistake by Zuma, Kepa going to ground, but they can still fix it. You've got cover, Kepa can clear this again, and it's mistake after mistake, and it's a great goal because you've got to chase things down. You see this, there's a high line there. Zuma wins the race, he just has to deal with it. And in this state of playing, with all the pressures that Chelsea have on their side, with conceding goals and being a team that needs to not concede as many goals, this is just a really poor goal to concede when they're dominating the game.
Should Kai Havertz's first Premier League goal been the winner? Should Chelsea from that moment on have seen this game out?
Well, of course they should, but I mean, let's talk about or give praise to the goal to start with. I mean, it's brilliant play. Pulisic involved with real great feet, and then the weight of pass, the unselfish nature, when he could be going for a hat-trick as well, Werner, but he just times the run, weight of pass is exquisite as well. It's a great goal, and as you say, Steve, at that point you're a big team, you're at home, you expect to be able to defend leads, but we've seen great teams over the past. I mean, let's recall Liverpool, who were the current champions 2 or 3, 4 seasons ago. They couldn't hold a lead half the time. Takes a bit of time, and obviously there's been a lot of money spent, and you expect instant results, but that's one thing that Frank Lampard is going to. Scoring goals is no problem, but trying to stop them going in at the other end is proven really difficult.
And seemingly for Southampton and the Ralph Hasenhüttl, showing character is no problem for this squad. They keep going.
Well, they've got the track record that they've got a good track record of going to Stamford Bridge, and this goal here, look, I thought it was Theo Walcott that scored, and I was thinking, what a comeback to come back to your boyhood club and to get the great from Vestergaard, because he was actually at fault for the third goal that they conceded when he committed to the play and then left his back line open. But Southampton will be really happy, and they've earned that point. They've really earned it, and they walk away thinking that maybe they could have got more out of the game.
Absolutely. Let's hear from the man who eventually got that point for Southampton, Yannick Vestergaard.
Talk to me about that finish, Yannick.
I thought that I was confident that we were going to get another chance throughout the second half, so I'm happy I got the chance and was able to just guide it in. I think based on our second half that it was deserved. Didn't play well enough in the first 30 minutes and deservedly were trailing, but I think we found ourselves our way back into the game, and I think at the end it was all right that we got a point here.
What changed after that opening half now you spoke about?
Usually we're the team on the pitch with the most intensity, that are most aggressive, and I think the first 30 minutes we failed to be that. I think Chelsea were dominating us both on and off the ball, so yeah, we picked ourselves up and fought our way back in the game. Maybe got a little bit of a I wouldn't say lucky goal, but a goal out of the blue, and obviously a goal gives you a lot of confidence and motivation. So yeah, it wasn't the best 30 minutes, but we fought our way back, and away to Chelsea, I think that shows some sort of character.
Yeah, it's that character we've talked about. So twice come from behind, and away from home they're a difficult team to play against when they're on the road.
They're a difficult team, but to stay in the game away from home against a top side, to know that they've got to keep plugging away, that they've got goal scorers, but at the same time they're patient, because even towards the end when they were 3-3, they were still keeping the ball. They could have put it in the box. They had centre backs up there, but it's a great structure of what he's built for that club. And at the moment, with the team how together they are, and to get a result like this is becoming normal for them.
What will Frank Lampard learn when he watches that back, Michael?
Well, that they're making the same mistakes. So he'll dawn on him that we've got to do something different here. Very difficult as well. And I go back to sort of the example of Liverpool. Sometimes it's best keep on doing the right things. Okay, a lot of it's individual mistakes, but keep doing the right things. Don't start changing your systems. Don't start bringing all sitting midfielders on, because you're actually doing something that, okay, it might be good for the short term, but if you want to build for the long term, you've got to continue to make the right calls and get into the right habits. And it might mean, okay, Chelsea have spent a lot of money, but it might mean they have to shore it up a little bit more. They have bought a goalkeeper, which you'd say, if he was playing today, potentially would have been 3 points for Chelsea there, because it's another howler from Kepa. So keep doing the right things. Yes, it's frustrating, but they do the hard bits good. I mean, they score goals at will, and that's the hardest thing in the game. I'm sure, given time, keep doing the same things, they'll get it right.
Southampton, let's have a look at the starting lineup. Come on, some order in the room, please. Let's have a look at the starting lineups in from Stamford Bridge then. Beginning with Chelsea, 4 changes they made. Story in goal as well, with Mendy out injured. So all of a sudden, Robbie Kepa has a chance to come back into the team. Thiago Silva has been rested after international duty, so Christensen back in there. Pulisic starts for the first time since the FA Cup final. Mount back in as well. Abraham and Hudson-Odoi onto the bench. As for Southampton, 2 changes. The headline is Theo Walcott back at Southampton for the first time in over 14 years. He starts along with Nathan Redmond. Gineppo is injured and Armstrong had COVID-19, so of course he's still out. On Chelsea then, it's an immediate opportunity for Kepa to get right back in, Robbie.
It certainly is, and a chance for Chelsea to go level with Liverpool in second place in the Premier League. Werner playing as that centre forward. Listen, Andy's obviously seen much more of Timo Werner than me. Do you think the centre forward, is that his best position?
Yeah, I think he can do that. Obviously, a lot of people expect him to be on the left-hand side and cut in, but I don't see why he has to start at the left. He should have that liberty as a centre forward, and I think the fact that he can come from deep is a bit more difficult to pick up. Gives the centre half something a bit different to think about, doesn't it?
A boost to have Pulisic back as well, and fit now, fully fit, ready to begin again.
Yeah, he was brilliant, wasn't he, towards the end of last season. So yeah, you look at the strength in depth in the squad. Ziyech on the bench for Chelsea. So Olivier Giroud, I think he's got more goals for France now than I think he's in
Platini?
second. Yeah,
Platini,
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, well done, Darryl. That's why you present the show. That's why you're that good.
Hey, it's all about prep, Rob.
Yeah, it
goals
is.
flying
Yeah,
in. What about
it is.
Theo Walcott's return?
Yeah.
Do you like that signing?
Yeah, I do. The thing is, when you go back to a football club, can you be as good as the last time you were there? That would be the big thing about Gareth Bale at Spurs as well. Gareth Bale, world class, no doubt about it.
Do you think he can, Rob, Theo?
I don't think Theo can be as good as he was the first time around at Southampton, and I still think the same at Gareth Bale. Possibly we won't see the same Gareth Bale at Spurs as we did when he was there the last time. I think he's a different player. Now, is there going to be a chance? Chilwell has.
Stamford Bridge, almost
Chelsea. The goalkeeper with 2 fantastic saves. The first one, it's Chilwell on the left-hand side. He's in the box, just level with the far post. Hits it across McCarthy. McCarthy gets down. Good strong hand, and the rebound comes out. Not sure.
Havertz, I think.
Havertz, and he comes on his right foot. He smashes it towards the near post. The keeper's got up. He's got across, and he's done a good save. 2 big chances for Chelsea.
Yeah, early. He's done it again, hasn't he? At Stamford Bridge.
Werner, wow. So, the ball in the right back position. And it goes inside, and Jorginho's there. First time pass over, I think it goes over Bednarek. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper, Timo Werner. The ball's bounced. He's lifted it over McCarthy, who's come out like that, run around him, and headed it in to the empty net. Wow, what skill, what a goal. 2-0 Chelsea. But the ball, as a midfield player, when the ball's rolled to you, you know exactly what you want to do. You whip it in behind the back 4. It was Bednarek running back. Timo Werner's used his body ever so well. He's just got the wrong side. He's just held him off, just held his run a little bit, chested it down, flicked it over the goalkeeper, run round him and headed into net. Wonderful.
You know exactly what you want to do, Sav, but I mean, if that's Giroud, you don't do that, do you?
No.
That is different. Having a speed merchant at the top end of the pitch. When you have those types of players, I used to have it with Bellamy.
Whip it behind.
And Bellas would just say to me, JJ, just whip that ball into the corner and I'll chase it. And that's just knowing your players.
Yeah. He got his first to Walton later on. Robbie, on you go.
Just say that, and that Timo Werner second, Peter's explained in the new, the handball, the t-shirt, we see there, Timo Werner hits him there, so above the t-shirt. Last season that would have been ruled out, I think. So,
Yeah.
so it's just hits in there. So
The law's been updated this year.